Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is your host with the biggest nose, JC Courtside, coming at y'all today on Wednesday, April 29th. A little bit better energy than yesterday. I do want to apologize again for the lack of energy in the intro, but I do think we recovered for the rest of the episode in yesterday's show. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I hope your basketball team won last night, even though there were only 3 chances of them winning. I hope they did anyways. And hey, if your team didn't play last night, then that's low-key a win all in itself, right? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I appreciate everybody for tuning in today. What we have on the agenda, we're going to break down the 3 games that happened last night. We're going to say goodbye to the Portland Trail Blazers. We're going to say what's next for the Portland Trail Blazers. In our segment that we did yesterday about the Suns, we're going to do that today about the Blazers. My only issue with the Blazers are we don't have a singular Portland Trail Blazers fan in our community. That is not an exaggeration at all. We don't have a single person in our Discord server with the role of a Portland Trailblazer fan. So I'm going to talk about the Blazers. And my goal for today is to find one Blazers fan from that TikTok stream and somehow manage to get him into the Twitch. Podcast listeners, be sure to leave a 5-star rating and review. We're also going to talk about the games for tonight. So it's Magic, Pistons, Raptors, Cavs, and Rockets, Lakers. Some interesting games tonight. I will be tuned in. Hopefully you'll be tuned in as well. In fact, we're actually going to be doing a watch party in my Discord server tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern so that everybody can see my heart explode together. So if you would like to join that watch party, if you listen on Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, Apple, wherever, Discord link will be in the show notes of wherever you're watching or listening. And the watch party will begin tonight at 6:59 p.m. Eastern for the game that starts at 7 p.m. Eastern. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's get into today's episode. Twitch chat, remember, all y'all got to do is sit back, relax, grab a cup of coffee, an energy drink, and enjoy the show. Guys, we're going to start with, honestly, my favorite game from last night for 3 quarters. Because in the 4th quarter, it was a massacre. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, I'm talking about the Philadelphia 76ers. I clicked the wrong button. My apologies. The Philadelphia 76ers taking game 5 and time. I'm sorry, words right now. They are down in the series 3-2 to the Boston Celtics, but they took game 5 with a final score of 113-97. Now, this game was very interesting. This game was very, very, very interesting. Now, why is that, you might ask? The Boston Celtics in the 4th quarter, I always wonder where I should start, but in this game, it's clear where I have to start. The Boston Celtics absolutely crumbled in the 4th quarter. They did not look like the Boston Celtics. In fact, they looked more like the Detroit Pistons. It was not good. It wasn't good. To see the Celtics absolutely crumble in that 4th quarter, they only scored 11 points. That is their season low in a 4th quarter all season long. They scored 11 points in the 4th quarter. Now, some people will look at the box score and wonder what happened, and they'll blame Derek White, which he deserves it. They'll blame Sam Hauser, which he deserves it. They'll even blame Jason Tatum, and that's where I'm going to cut you off and say no. I would be willing more to blame Joe Mazzulla than anybody else on this team. Now, why is that, you might ask? At some point, first and foremost, I'd like to just say, Jaylen Brown, what you did for this team all season long was incredible. What you did was awesome. Without Jaylen Brown, who knows where this basketball team would have gone? So now that I got that out of the way, I got to say something else. Jaylen Brown, I believe he went 0 for 6 in the 4th quarter. There was one play in particular where I would show footage, but every time I do the day after a game, it gets copyrighted, so I don't want to do that. There was one play in particular in which Quentin Grimes tipped the ball from Jaylen Brown around the 3-point line, and it went all the way back court. Jaylen Brown sort of jogged to get the ball back, got the ball back, then continued to bring the ball up the court with 15 seconds left on the shot clock and just dribble some more, some more, and then ultimately put up this whack mid-range jump shot. That sort of symbolizes how last night's game went in its whole. I hate to say it to Jaylen Brown, but he needs to recognize that this is still Jason Tatum's team, and you're going to have to give him the ball. I was watching this full game live, and Jason Tatum was hot in the third quarter. I'm talking hot. He was hot. He came into the fourth after the 76ers went on like a 9-0 run, I think. And then Jason Tatum only got 2 shots in the entire fourth quarter. Jaylen Brown got 6. Jaylen Brown was getting boxed in every which way, and Jaylen Brown was ball hogging like crazy. I think Celtics fans will agree. Jaylen Brown did not look to pass a singular time in that fourth quarter. And when he did, it was going to Derek White to just brick and wide open 3 as per. I did not like what I saw from Jaylen Brown last night. Now, Tim Bontemps had a couple of very interesting tweets last night. He tweeted, Boston is 24 for 88 in their 2 losses in this series from 3. That's 27%. In the 3 wins, the Celtics are 60 for 144. That's 41.6%. And so far, that's sort of been the series. That's sort of been the series, and that's sort of been the season for the Boston Celtics. If they're knocking it down from deep, they're going to win most games. If they're not, they're going to have to claw and crawl and try to dig that win from the ground. But last night, it just was not working. It didn't work. Now, 007 came into the Twitch and said, you're tripping. They wouldn't be here without Jaylen and Tatum. Was chucking BS his first 3 games. And that's okay. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at saying that Tatum was trying to get his rhythm back. I'm not. But at the end of the day, Tatum was hot in the third quarter. He had 10 points in the third quarter and proceeded to get a goose egg in the fourth quarter. And Jaylen Brown only had 2 free throws in the fourth quarter. Jaylen Brown went 0 for 6 in the fourth, and that was sort of the game. Neemias Queta just could not guard Joel Embiid. We'll talk about the Sixers side in a second here. First and foremost, I got to just say, Sam Hauser, if he's not making his threes, he's not providing anything for that team. It's just like Duncan Robinson for the Pistons. Neither one of them play defense, and when neither one of them are hitting threes, take them off the court. That's a weird decision from Joe Mazzulla. An even weirder decision would be continuously playing Derek White in the fourth quarter when he wasn't giving it well defensively last night. He wasn't. Celtics fans, you can agree with me. He was not giving it his way defensively last night. And offensively, it was even worse, as if you thought it couldn't get worse. Listen, I've talked about it all season long. I said all season until Jason Tatum came back that Derek White seems to only thrive in the third option. That's what I said. And I thought when Tatum came back, Derek White would then get his game back. Well, Tatum's been back for about 2 months now, a month and a half. And Derek White hasn't started clicking yet. And this is when the issue starts arising for me as an honorary Beantown boy. I don't know if I need to say this because I think Boston Celtics fans understand, right? I don't think anybody's going to deny this. If Derek White doesn't suddenly turn into Derek White of 2023, you're not winning the championship this year. I hope you understand. I hope Celtics fans do not get offended by me saying that. I'm not saying you guys are ass. I'm not saying you guys are horrible. I'm not saying you guys are a bad basketball team. But if Derek White doesn't just click and at least hit open threes, you guys stand no chance to whoever you meet in the finals. Derek White for the season was averaging 39% from the field and 32.7% from 3. 52% true shooting. I talked about this in the regular season. I thought it was just he's not good as the second option. That's what I thought it was. But I don't know what happened this year. Derek White just can't get it done offensively. In my opinion, this loss falls heavily on Joe Mazzulla. Peyton Pritchard, he wasn't having a great game from deep. He was 1 for 5, but he was still 5 for 10 from the field, and he was a +8 in the game. In my humble opinion, as a non-Celtics fan, Joe Mazzulla should have finished this game with Peyton Pritchard. He should have finished with Peyton Pritchard. I know he missed his one shot in the fourth quarter. I think he had one shot in the fourth. Did he have one shot in the fourth? Yeah, it was like this little weird 5-footer floater, but that doesn't mean anything. In my opinion, Jaylen Brown needs to be sat down and told, you got to move that ball in the fourth quarter. If we don't have anything offensively, you got to move that ball. Because what I was watching was nasty. It was nasty. Jaylen Brown wouldn't pass the ball. Jason Tatum wouldn't get the ball. Neemias Queta was getting absolutely pummeled, which we'll talk about it here in a second. That's really all the points I have. Bro, I would have been happier with Baylor Shireman being in the game instead of Derek White in the fourth quarter. I genuinely would have. Now, I got to talk about the Sixers side. I already talked about how bad it was watching Jaylen Brown just ball hog, how bad it was watching Jaylen Brown literally burn 23 seconds off of the shot clock by losing the ball, jogging to get the ball back, coming back and still settling for a mid-range shot when he should have drove. I got to talk about what the 76ers did right. What didn't they do right last night? And that's why I'm sort of worried for the Philadelphia 76ers going forward. What didn't they do right last night? Tyrese Maxey had his most efficient game in I don't know how long. He had his most efficient. Like, when was the last time you saw Tyrese Maxey shoot 10 for 18 from the field? When? I don't remember the last time I've seen something like that. 25 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, helping on the glass, most importantly, as a small point guard. And then I got to start with the man in the center, man. I got to talk with him. Joel Embiid. Listen, for anybody that has this strong hatred for Joel Embiid, I understand. He's got an unbelievable whistle. He had 10 free throws last night. I understand why you hate him for that. But through all of these seasons of Joel Embiid struggling with his health, if you haven't already, I implore you to go and read the memoir he had done in this past offseason. Because that single memoir changed how I view Joel Embiid. He wants to play basketball. He might not be able to walk in 20 years because he wants to play basketball. If you ever question a heart of a warrior, a heart of a guy that loves the sport, look in the opposite direction. Because Joel Embiid's true passion for this game is undeniable from anybody. Please go and read that memoir. It had me damn near tearing up reading it because of how depressing it was to see how much a guy wants to play and yet his body just doesn't allow him. It just everything just has stopped this guy from playing. And I will go so far as to say, like, I saw this message in the Discord last night. Somebody said, like, if Embiid was healthy, he'd have a better legacy, better career than than Nikola Jokic. I'm not denying that, because what we've seen Joel Embiid do when he has 1 week of healthy, like 1 week of non-injuries, 2 weeks of non-injuries, it truly is a marvel. And I don't mean to glaze him. I just want to say, like, I love watching Joel Embiid. And he is a big issue with the 76ers. He's honestly the main issue why the 76ers cannot be a true contender right now. He is the issue. But he's also the reason that Sixers fans still have hope. He is. You can't look me in the eyes as a Sixers fan and tell me y'all thought you had a chance at anything if it was VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey and Paul George, right? The only reason you guys feel that you believe that you might be able to get it done in Game 6 is because of that man in the middle, Joel Embiid. As far as the 76ers go, everything that they needed to go well last night went well. It went well. Kelly Oubre didn't have a bad game, but he was a good game. He was good defensively. He was 2 for 5. Paul George is 6 for 13, and that doesn't even tell the full story. Most people look at this game and be like, damn, Paul George sucked. No, Paul George was great. His defense on Jaylen Brown was great. His defense was awesome. Joel Embiid, obviously, 33 points, 8 assists, 4 rebounds. He could not be stopped. And then here's the thing. Joel Embiid in the first half took 5 threes. Do you know how many he attempted in the second half? None. Joel Embiid was killing Neemias Queta, killing anybody that was on him. Nobody could guard him. Nobody. And you know what? That's fine, K/, because Tyrese Maxey helped him on the glass. I can understand if you hate Joel Embiid for him getting foul calls, but you can't hate the guy for getting on the court and trying to will his team to win. You can't. And if you do, honestly, you're a sorry ass person. There's nobody that can look me and tell me that Joel Embiid doesn't have that passion and fire in his eyes because he genuinely wants to play. VJ Edgecombe didn't have a great game, but you had Quentin Grimes off the bench drop 18 points. Now, here's the biggest issue. Even Andre Drummond poured in another 3. Here's the big thing that I have an issue with the 76ers. Seeing how well everybody played in this game, it's hard for me to believe that that can happen again in Game 6. The Celtics seem to be playing better on the road. And my biggest problem is, can everything go well again in Game 6? I don't think it can. I don't think it can, personally. I think in perfect 76ers fashion, they might start Game 6, and it might be arguably one of the most embarrassing outings for a team on the brink of elimination that we might see. Something in my bones just tell me that they might have an embarrassing showing in Game 6. And that's not to hate on the Sixers whatsoever. That's like, I just sense a weird Game 6 happening, man. I do. They're either going to come out, it's going to be a close game, and they can somehow ink out a win and it'll go to 7. Or I'm just scared that they might have an embarrassing showing on their home floor. So we'll see. We'll see what can happen. But yeah, man, the Celtics just didn't have a good game. Paul George was really locking up Jaylen Brown. Quentin Grimes was locking up Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown was just hogging that ball, wasn't passing. And yeah, if VJ Edgecombe can perform just a little bit more, maybe, just maybe, they could steal Game 6. They could. They're back on their home floor. Why not, right? Do I have any other notes from this game? Joel Embiid was killing shit, man. Joel Embiid in that fourth quarter was catching the ball in the post and just shimmy, post fade. Like, honestly, it was beautiful. And I think Celtics fans have also realized, wow, it's very different driving to the hoop with Andre Drummond's soft ass in the paint than it is Joel Embiid. I saw Peyton Pritchard. I saw Jaylen Brown. I saw a bunch of Celtics players just driving and running past the paint because they saw Joel Embiid down low. Because no matter what, Joel Embiid is still going to be out there. And I saw this tweet that I got to share. I got to share this tweet. The Sixers fan tweeted before the game started, Embiid got no meniscus or organs left, and he's still going to give you a smooth 32, 9, and 7. That was before the game started. Joel Embiid ended with 33, 4, and 8. And it's a testament. It's a testament, man. It's a testament. We'll see what happens for Game 6. I'm excited, but I genuinely believe that Boston's I think they're going to get it done in Game 6. They better get it done in Game 6. Yeah, they better. They better. I don't think I have any other notes other than the Celtics went on to miss 14 straight shots in the fourth quarter. It felt like more. But that was their longest streak, I believe, since 2005, 2002. I think it was back in the early 2000s. They missed 14 straight shots, which is bad. It seemed like more. But they have no answer for Joel Embiid. When Joel Embiid can play like this, they got no answer. Yeah, they scored 3 points in the final 7 minutes. They were looking like the Detroit Pistons, to be honest. Yeah, like I said, man, the Celtics stand no chance at winning a championship if they don't have Derek White of 2023. And so far this season, Derek White has not looked like Derek White of 2023 at all. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Yeah, I don't like Joe Mazzulla's decision-making down the line. I don't like Joe Mazzulla's. I said this loss is more so on Joe Mazzulla than it is on any of the players, to be honest. I don't get it. I don't get why you finished the game with Derek White when he's 2 for 8, 0 for 4 from deep. I don't get why you don't have Peyton Pritchard in there. I don't get it. I don't know why you don't have even like Hugo or Baylor or even Jordan Walsh in place of Sam Hauser. I don't get it. I don't know what is going on with there. I don't get it. I would like to say before we move on to our next game, New York fans, stand up. Shout out to Morgan for dropping a follow on the Twitch stream. Shout out to everybody who leaves the TikTok and comes through to the Twitch stream. I'd like to remind everybody that tonight we are hosting another watch party at 7 p.m. Eastern in my Discord server. All right. Remember, guys, if you watch 3 Twitch streams in a row, I will personally gift you a $5 subscription so you no longer get ads. All right. All you got to do is watch 3 Twitch streams in a row, and I will personally gift you a $5 subscription so you no longer get ads. And remember, we are hosting another watch party tonight in the Discord. The only place to join the Discord would be in the Twitch stream. So I hope to see you guys come through. That's Jay-Z Uncut on Twitch. The link is in my bio. And in honor of this win, in honor of the Boston Celtics collapsing, I decided to put my Allen Iverson jersey, my AI jersey, behind me at the center. If you guys remember, Jalen Duren's jersey was back there. We removed that shit real quick. So I'm selling a Jalen Duren jersey if anybody would like it. It's the City Statement edition, so it wasn't cheap. If you guys would like it, should have bought a SARS. I told myself let me buy a SAR, but I was like, man, Jalen Duren's been incredible this regular season, bro. He's gonna be locked in. He's gonna be insane. This guy's top 3 center in the NBA, which he was. And then the playoffs started, and then Angel Reese locked him up, bro. So, yeah. Yep. Somebody in the TikTok asked, how do I join the Discord? You got to join the Twitch stream, bro. The Discord is in the Twitch chat. All right? We're hosting a watch party there tonight. All right, guys, let's go ahead and move on to our next game. The Atlanta Hawks getting utterly dominated in Madison Square Garden. Utterly dominated. The Knicks lead this series 3-2, and the final score was 126-97. Another team only scoring 97. Should I make the Pistons joke again? Listen, y'all, I said this before the series started. CJ McCollum is a horrible defender. He's a horrible defender. And if they can just target CJ, the Knicks should have no issue. Well, Mike Brown finally did what I was preaching. It only took 5 games, but he finally did what I was preaching before the series started. CJ McCollum got killed. They were attacking him over and over and over and over again. Guys, CJ McCollum is small. Like, he's much smaller than Jalen Brunson. Much smaller. And that's why they kept getting the switch on CJ McCollum for Jalen Brunson. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, Jalen Brunson is going to be a stud of the night candidate. Jalen Brunson led the game with 39 points in 35 minutes, 8 assists, 3 rebounds, plus 23 on the court, team high, 15 for 23 from the field, 3 for 5 from deep. He was incredible. That's the kind of point guard play that you want out of Jalen Brunson. And I'd like to say something for everybody listening, and correct me if I'm wrong. This is my opinion. Does anybody else believe that Nickeil Alexander-Walker plays better defense on Brunson than Dyson Daniels? Anybody else? Does anybody else fear when Nickeil's on Brunson than when Dyson is on Brunson? Because I don't see why they continue putting Dyson Daniels on Jalen Brunson. I don't get it. Brunson struggles with long players. Nickeil is long. Don't pause on that. He's long. And every time they set a screen, they kept getting CJ on Brunson, and he was killing him. And that was the story of the night. CJ McCollum is actually a negative on any basketball team you put him on if you just target him. Just target CJ McCollum, and you'll be good. And last night, they targeted the hell out of him. Rizzy, thank you so much for the follow on the Twitch stream. I appreciate you. Shout out to you for leaving the TikTok and coming through to the Twitch stream. I appreciate you very, very much. Be sure to join the Discord if you want to join our watch party tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. Let's see. What other notes do I have from this game? Honestly, that everything that went well for the Knicks, there's just one player I can show you and say, this happened in garbage time, and you'll bet that the Knicks just had a night. They just had a night. Jeremy Sohan went 4 for 4 from the field in 3 minutes in garbage time. It doesn't matter. Jeremy Sohan is arguably one of the bottom 5 players in the NBA. Like right now, bottom 5 player in the entire association. And he came in and went 4 for 4 in 3 minutes with a true shooting of 102.5. When you're getting that in guard, just know everything went well. The guy that I'm actually giving super credit to is Jose Alvarado, man. Jose, last night, showed why you should be playing him. And for a while there, GTA was looking like, you just can't play this guy, bro. You can't play this guy. He's too little. He can't shoot. And here's the thing about Jose. When he's hot, man. When he's hot, he's hot. 12 points in 12 minutes. 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block. He was 4 for 7 from the field and 2 for 3 from 3. When you get that kind of play from the guy that's your energy guy, nothing fuels your team more. Hey, JV Bickerstaff, maybe you should play your energy guy that you've been sitting all fucking playoffs. Excuse my French. He played all year, every game, every year, and now you haven't played him in the playoffs. Talking about Ron Holland. Jose Alvarado was incredible last night. And when your energy guy, and this is like why energy guys have always had a role in the NBA. Always to the start of time, there's always room for an energy guy on a basketball team. And when that energy guy produces, your coach looks like a genius. He looks like he's 10 steps ahead. Now, as far as the Hawks go, actually, no, I'm not done yet. Mikal Bridges was 3 for 6, but he had a great game. Like that 7-point stat line does not tell the full story. You'd think he had a bad game. He had a good game. OG Anunoby, great game, 17 points, 10 rebounds, plus 19 on the court. He had 2 steals and a block, 5 for 8 from the field, 2 for 3 from deep. Karl-Anthony Towns, I think he was great in every which way. Defensively, sure, he was lacking a little bit, but he was okay. 3 turnovers, he'll clean that up. Karl-Anthony Towns has 16 points, 14 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 5 for 7 from the field. I just wish Cat shot more, bro. Cat should never have less than 12 shots per game, but they killed them, so it honestly didn't matter. Josh Hart had a great first quarter, didn't do anything after that. Jalen Brunson, again, he was the MVP of this game. 39 points is unbelievable. 8 assists is great. I'm super efficient. That's what they need out of Brunson, and that's why they should continue targeting CJ McCollum, because it just works. It just works, man. It just works. Dookie was horrible last night, 0 for 4. I'm talking about Deuce. Jordan Clarkson, again, I don't know what happened to JC, but it was like he was playing it when the season started, and then he stopped playing. Mike Brown stopped trusting him, and it was because he wasn't getting rebounds. He wasn't playing any defense. All he was there was to be an offensive spark plug. Jordan Clarkson has changed this game in year 12 right now? What year is he in? He is in year 12. Wow, what a guess. I'm insane, bro. My knowledge is through the fucking roof. He plays defense now. And he's not by any means a good defender, but man, is he giving effort. He's trying out there. He had 9 points, 3 for 7, but he's trying. And I love what I'm seeing. Yeah, he lost his minutes in January when they went 2-11, but he's trying. He's playing well. Mitch did his thing as always, 3 for 3, 7 points, 6 rebounds. Give him the hard hat. And yeah, Jose Alvarado played really well. All in all, the Atlanta Hawks, I think it comes down to just this. Hawks fans, don't get upset with me. It's like they got their second win, and they just haven't really cared since then. It's like they were content. It's like, yeah, that's about what we wanted. You know, everybody said we'd be out in 5 or 6. Well, at least we pushed them to 6. That's how it looks. And I don't like saying that, but that's how it genuinely looks. Jalen Johnson isn't playing well. This is why I said all season, I don't care about triple doubles anymore. I'm numb to them because Jalen Johnson's triple doubles were coming mostly in garbage time throughout most of the season. He's not having a good playoffs, and that's okay. I'll give him grace. It's his first playoffs. That's more than fine. He had 18 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. If you watch this game, Jalen Johnson had a horrible game. He had a horrible game. He was only 7 for 15, which is just below 50%. But he had a bad game, man. Like, the fact that they can hide Josh Hart, and Josh Hart can just guard Jalen Johnson, and Jalen Johnson can't score on Josh Hart, it's not a good look, man. Onyeka Okongwu has done his thing. He's not a starting center, but he has done his thing this series. 6 for 10, 16 points. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, he has not had a good series. Last night, he only got up 11 shots. He was 6 for 11. Dyson Daniels had his best offensive game, but honestly, what I'm watching Dyson Daniels do, using him as a primary playmaker just has not been working, and they shouldn't have given him that amount of money for the progress that he's made this year. Yes, Nickeil was 6 for 11, but you need Nickeil to put up 20 to 25 shots. There's no reason you're only taking 11 shots. Again, there's no reason. When your team is facing a 3-2 deficit. You need to leave it all on the court, and OG and Mikal were playing great defensively on him. And again, CJ McCollum, they made him work defensively, and he had nothing offensively. Nothing. He was 3 for 10 for 6 points. Nothing. Kuminga was 4 for 10 off the bench. Gabe Vincent was... I saw Gabe Vincent pull up for this 3 on a fast break, and I was like, oh, this game is so over. That was like in the second quarter, I think. Maybe even the first quarter. I don't remember. I saw Gabe Vincent get the ball on a fast break and just pull it from 3, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's a loss. That's a loss. That was like 13 or 14 minutes into the game. I was like, yeah, that's not going to win the Atlanta Hawks a game. And that was pretty much the game. Gabe Vincent 2 for 7, Kuminga 4 for 10, Corey Kispert 0 for 4, Mo Gay 0 for 1. I don't know, man. I don't know. Not a good game from the Hawks. It really does look like they're content. I called it yesterday. I said the Knicks are going to go in for a statement win. My Knicks fans disagreed. They said the Knicks they're not good at getting statement wins, but I just sensed it. Based off of game 4, I just sensed a nice, clean win for the Knicks, and they came out strong. There was no debate. Like, this game was over. The Hawks couldn't get it under like 14 points in the third quarter. The Knicks handled their business, and yeah, they absolutely demolished the Atlanta Hawks. Hopefully we'll see if the Hawks can survive in Atlanta for game 6. We'll see. Also, very questionable. It's so funny because had the Hawks not made the playoffs, Quinn Snyder would have got fired. Just so we're all clear. Had they not made the playoffs, Quinn Snyder was going to get fired. And now it seems like he saved his job along with like Jamal Mosley. He was on the chopping block. And now all of a sudden, since they're in the playoffs, they think that they're going to keep him. Bro, Quinn Snyder, my Hawks fans out there will know this. He's not a good coach, bro. He's not a good coach. Bro, he was playing Keaton Wallace like all year. Over like Luke Kennard, you know, he was playing him all year. Keaton Wallace was getting minutes over everybody on the Atlanta Hawks prior to the trade deadline. And since CJ came, his minutes shrunk, but he's not a good head coach. He's not what they need for this team. I still think the Hawks should move on. I still think the Hawks should move on from Quinn Snyder, even though, you know, he took him to the playoffs. I just don't think that he's a good enough coach for a young team like this, you know? Guys, again, if you are enjoying today's show, be sure to swing right on into the Twitch stream. That's Jay-Z Uncut on Twitch. The link is in my bio, everybody. We're doing a watch party tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern in the Discord, so if you want to get involved with that, just swing on into the Twitch and drop a follow. We'd love to have y'all. That's going to do it for those 2 games. Now, for the final game, I'd like to talk about the Portland Trailblazers getting eliminated by the San Antonio Spurs in 5. The Spurs knock the Blazers out and move on to play. Who they playing, chat? Who are the Spurs playing next? They would play the Lakers, right? If the Lakers beat the Rockets, they'll play the Lakers. Yeah. I'm sure they're excited for that. Especially because Luka Doncic is reportedly not going to play in the second round either. Listen, I was wrong about the Lakers. I said the Lakers, to be fair, in my defense, I said that the Rockets would beat the Lakers, I believe in 6 or 7. And that was with Durant. In my defense, that was with Durant and without Luka and Austin Reeves on the other side. That's what I said. Lakers have to play OKC. Luka is playing next round. That report was fake. Really, guys? Really? I thought they put... Wait, so who play... Oh, yeah, you're right. The Wolves... So they'll play the... OKC will play the... No, they won't play the... What are you guys talking about? What do you... They'll play the Spurs. They won't play the OKC. OKC will play the Wolves, or it's the winner of Wolves. Really? Am I stupid? Hold on. Playoff bracket. The Spurs will play winner. Wait, am I dumb, bro? I am dumb. Oh my God, I'm a moron. Yeah, sorry. I forgot the Lakers lost the 3rd seed. That's on me. I forgot the Lakers lost the 3rd seed. I completely forgot. That's on me. That's on me. That's on me. That's on me. My bad, everybody. My bad. Well, that's even worse. Wow. The Lakers will have to play the Thunder. Okay, well. I don't. Sorry, Lakers fans. That's tough. That's tough. Honestly, you could have. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. All right. Let's thank some followers real quick before we talk about this. BLE and Pandolf, thank you guys so much for the follows. I noticed that you guys came from the TikTok stream. Shout out to y'all. Much love. I appreciate you guys very, very much. If you guys enjoy the stream, remember, if you watch 3 Twitch streams in a row, I will personally gift you a $5 subscription so you no longer get ads. All right. Also, we're doing a watch party tonight in my Discord server at 7 p.m. Eastern. Be sure to join the Discord server. The only way to join the Discord server is through the Twitch chat, guys. We are hosting a watch party in there tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. Thank you to everybody leaving the TikTok and coming through to the Twitch. Much love, everybody. So, the Blazers are out. The Spurs win. The Spurs won convincingly. Shout out to you for coming from the TikTok, BLE. Much love, bro. Make sure to join the Discord, homie. The Spurs won. They won in 5. That's pretty much what we all expected, right? I think I predicted. Yeah, I'm pretty confident I predicted Spurs in 5. This game was a pretty boring watch. The Blazers tried getting it close at the end of the game, and that was cool. But honestly, I've noticed 2 things. Can I say for Spurs fans, if I have any Spurs fans in the building, I noticed a couple things throughout this series, and they're not good things necessarily. One of them, there is a good thing involved, but I noticed 2 things about the Spurs, right? Well, actually 3 things. So I called this in this season. A lot of Spurs fans were upset with De'Aaron Fox. Listen, y'all, you guys got De'Aaron Fox because y'all had no idea that you'd climb that high in the draft. So you ended up with Dylan Harper. Dylan Harper is going to be a superstar. He's going to be a superstar. Dylan Harper is going to be one of the best point guards in the entire NBA here. I will guarantee that. I'll take that bet. He's incredible. He's so good. He's so good at basketball. So that's one thing, of course, that we know. But Spurs fans were really upset that they still had De'Aaron Fox. A lot of Spurs fans wanted him gone by the deadline so that they can allow Dylan Harper to develop. Listen, if y'all got De'Aaron Fox gone, chances are this series is like 2-2, 3-2. I'm not even exaggerating when I say that. De'Aaron Fox is so important as a stepping stool to this basketball team. He's so important. First of all, he won his first ever playoff series. So shout out De'Aaron Fox. And the Spurs ended a 9-year drought of not winning a playoff series. They haven't won a playoff series since 2017. How is 2017 9 years ago, bro? I swear it's 3 years ago. That's insane. That's insane to me. Next, and I think most importantly about this basketball team is what the Spurs look like with Victor Wembanyama on the bench. It's very fun to just watch, chat. If you guys can do me a major favor, go back, watch the game last night. When Wemby's in the game, he is in the paint demanding all of the attention in the world, right? And they have 3 guys all around the paint and then 2 on the perimeter, okay? The moment Wemby is on the bench, all of a sudden that paint is wide open and everybody is 5 out on defense. It's so interesting to see like the court geometry change that much when one player gets taken out. It's so cool to see. Now, shout out De'Aaron Fox. I believe he had 13 in the fourth quarter. He was 6 for 8 in the fourth quarter. The Blazers were mounting a comeback, and I think they got it within 9. And then De'Aaron Fox just said, nope, you're not coming back. It's over. And he scored 13 straight for the San Antonio Spurs. It was incredible. He was 6 for 8 in the fourth quarter. 1 assist as well. He played so damn well. And shout out Julian Champagnie for getting this game rolling. Bro had 3 threes in the first quarter. He had 11 points in the first. It was awesome. Wemby didn't really cook for any quarter of the game offensively, but he didn't have to because he had 6 blocks. Now, I don't like when people manifest injuries for basketball players. So K/, in fact, I didn't mean to time you out. I meant to just ban you because I don't like when people talk down that heavily on Joel Embiid's body. And I also don't like seeing people wish injuries upon what could be the greatest basketball player that ever played. So enjoy your toxicity in another stream because you're banned from this one. Shout out to you for being a dumbass. The Spurs played incredibly well last night. They almost choked that lead, but again, they had the contributions from everybody on this team, especially Dylan Harper off the bench. He was 6 for 9. He even hit a 3, which is rare. It was the end of a shot clock. He hit it. It went in. And, man, he had 3 dunks in the second quarter, I think. He had 3 dunks in the second quarter. Dylan Harper is the truth, man. He's the truth. He's going to be so damn good. And then I haven't even said Stephon Castle. Devin Vassell, he didn't have a good game. He didn't have a really good series, to be honest. And Julian Champagnie, I love to see him wake up a little bit, man. I love to see him wake up a little bit. All in all, I noticed a couple very important things for my Spurs fans. So Spurs fans, please, I hope you guys lock in and listen to what I have to say, okay? Spurs fans, we all know you guys are playing with house money this season. Nobody is saying finals or bust for you guys. Dumbasses will be saying that. Real NBA fans, real ball knowers. Oh damn, I didn't even notice Stephon Castle had 7 turnovers. Good point out on that. Real ball knowers will know that the Spurs can do whatever they want now. They won that playoff series. They proved that they're better than just a young team. So they did their thing. They can lose now, and it'll suck, but it won't be disappointing, is my point. It won't be disappointing, is my main point. So I guess all in all, I got to give y'all a couple takeaways with this team. We saw what it was like when they were down 20-something to the Blazers in one game, and they came back and won. We saw what it was like in the next game when they were down 20-something. They came back and won. They saw this game. They were up by 20-something, and they allowed the other team to come back. So that right there is the clear-cut definition of what a young team looks like in the NBA. The clear-cut difference between a young team and an experienced team. If they fall 20 down to a team like the Thunder, they're not coming back. That happened twice in this series. If they fall down 20-something to the best team in the NBA, they're not going to come back. If they lead by 20-something and they allow a team to come back, chances are they're not going to be able to stave that team off like they did with the 7th seed. So those are some key takeaways, Spurs fans, that I need you guys to pay attention to. Celebrate this win. First playoff win in 9 years. Celebrate it. De'Aaron Fox's first playoff series ever won. You guys are so far ahead of schedule. You guys are playing with house money all playoffs. But just pay attention to the couple things that I just pointed out. Okay? Pay attention to it. I'm not doing what Yurtical just said in the Twitch stream. I'm not doing that. All I'm saying is this is the 7th seed in the Western Conference. That is very different than what the Oklahoma City Thunder are. You can't fall down 20 plus against OKC. You can't. You cannot fall down 20 plus to OKC. They did that twice this series, and the Blazers choked it. That's the definition of another young team and an inexperienced team against a Thunder team. So Spurs fans, rejoice, celebrate, have fun. Great season, man. In my mind, you guys already had a successful season. Now, they are not playing the Wolves. They are going to be playing the Lakers. And I saw a Lakers fan just come in and say, yo, Jay-Z, remember what you said about my Lakers? Yeah, I mean, the Rockets are a horrible team. I said the only team that they could beat are the Rockets. I had the Rockets in, I believe, 7 games. And that was with Kevin Durant and without Luka and Austin Reeves. So yes, injuries and collapse. Thus, I was wrong, but I'm not wrong about the Los Angeles Lakers. I am fully right on the Los Angeles Lakers as a team. And I'm sorry that you guys have to play the Oklahoma City Thunder next round, because it's going to be a very rude awakening for Lakers fans. Jizzo, shout out to you for leaving the TikTok stream and coming through to the Twitch stream. Much love, bro. Mike, thank you so much as well for joining the Twitch stream from the TikTok. Shout out to everybody leaving the TikTok and coming through to the Twitch stream. Much love, everybody. Guys, we are hosting a watch party tonight in my Discord server at 7 p.m. Eastern. So be sure to join the Discord as well. If you don't know how to join the Discord, just join the Twitch stream and click the link that pops up in the chat. All right. Remember, if you guys watch 3 Twitch streams in a row, I will personally gift you a $5 subscription. So this is where it's going to get very interesting. I'm unsure of if it's going to be the Wolves or Nuggets. I don't know. I'm hoping it's Denver. I'm hoping that the Nuggets can somehow just click, but I honestly don't see it happening. Aaron Gordon's broken. Peyton Watson still hasn't played. I just don't want to see the Wolves without Anthony Edwards and Dante DiVincenzo go up against the Spurs, man. It's not looking good, bro. Here's what I will say if it is the Wolves against the Spurs. Need I remind y'all, Julius Randle plays very, very well on Victor Wembanyama. Need I remind y'all? And it's so funny. I love that comment, BLE, in the Twitch stream. I love that comment, and that's why I need you to join the Discord. If you watch back my predictions, because this is my first ever NBA season that I'm covering live. I was a gaming creator before this, but NBA was always my one true love. So in my prediction podcast for the Rockets, because I did it for every single team, I literally said, when you trade for Kevin Durant, you get that rain cloud that comes with. And I don't see the Rockets doing anything. And I picked the under on their team as well. I did not see the Rockets do anything. And that was even before Fred VanVleet got hurt. I see that K-Slash is in the TikTok begging to get unbanned, saying that he made a harmless joke in the Twitch. Hey guys, I'll let you be the deciding factor in the Twitch stream. This is why my podcast is a lot different from everybody else. I'm going to read his message, okay? I'm going to read his message for everybody in the crowd. And I want you guys to let me know on if this was a harmless message or not, and if he deserves to get unbanned, okay? I want you guys to be the deciding factor. Where do I see the people who got banned, bro? Where can I see my mod activity? Hello? Mod actions. Here we go. Let's see. You guys let me know if this is redeemable. He said, and I quote, Wemby's going to be Embiid with the knees here soon. Is that unban worthy? Is that unban worthy? He also said he doesn't feel bad for Embiid's body. Stone him. Injuries are never harmless jokes. That's just weird behavior. I couldn't say it better myself. BLE, I need you in the Discord server. You're too cool to not have in there. Give him another chance. That ain't bad. Unban. I don't care what businessman says. Caesar said, nah. Could be worse, but definitely not ideal. I mean, it depends. Unban. That's a little rough. Oh, nah, for sure. Unban. Not that bad. Okay, Twitch chat is telling me to unban. I said that this is a community that I let you guys be the deciding factor of. K-Slash, you are unbanned. Don't disappoint chat. Don't disappoint chat. Apparently, chat doesn't think that's bad. Okay, you're unbanned. So come on back to the Twitch then. Just don't be dumb. It's very hard to get banned in my Twitch stream, just so we're all clear. It's extremely hard. Just don't be an idiot. That's it. Just don't be an idiot. It's so difficult to get banned from my stream. Just don't be dumb, bro. Don't be dumb. That's it. Okay? We'd love to have you guys join the Twitch stream, y'all. We're trying to grow this community as much as possible. Like I said, we're hosting a watch party tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. Don't be mad, bro. Nah. You can say F Embiid if you don't like Embiid, but that's fine. Okay, I've gotten too involved into chat. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You guys like the segment that I did yesterday for the Phoenix Suns. So I have to ask everybody in here. What's next for the Portland Trailblazers? What's next? So I came super prepared today. Let's talk about the Portland Trailblazers. First and foremost, K-Slash, welcome back. We appreciate the apology. So we appreciate you being here. Join the Discord if you're not in there, please and thank you. Just don't be dumb. Okay. What are you saying, Bosh? He stated what you need to be not to get banned, and I feel, what? Mills and Caesar, thank you guys so much for the follows. Yeah, be sure to join the Discord. I appreciate you guys a lot. Be sure to join the Discord. Mills, shout out to you for leaving the TikTok and coming through to the Twitch stream. Let's talk about the Portland Trail Blazers. Let's talk about them. What's next? This isn't going to be me predicting what their record is. We're going to do that this summer after like the offseason, right? What I want to say about the Portland Trail Blazers, they've always been my second team in the West. Always. Or sorry, my team in the West, not my second team. I mean my second team to my Pistons. They've always been my team in the West. Always. Since Brandon Roy, LaMarcus Aldridge, Rudy Fernandez, Nick Batum, Wesley Matthews, that was my team. That was my team. I always loved the Portland Trail Blazers. Always. We got to talk about contracts. Okay? Because the Portland Trail Blazers have some good things, but they also have some bad things. Okay, let's talk about it real quick. I got their salaries pulled up. All right. Drew Holiday next season will be making $35 million. He's also got a player option for $37.2 million in 2028. He's going to pick that up. Drew Holiday is not going to miss that. He's not. So Drew Holiday, if they can somehow get off of him, I think that'd be ideal. You don't want to owe Drew Holiday $70 million over 2 years. Can we agree to that? You don't want to owe Drew Holiday $70 million over 2 years. Now, they have another issue. The guy that's been on this team for what feels like 10 years, Jeremy Grant. You also owe him $70 million over the next 2 years. This is bad. This is not good. You owe Drew Holiday and Jeremy Grant $145 million over the next 2 years. I got to repeat myself one more time. Over the next 2 years, you owe Drew Holiday and Jeremy Grant, who gave you nothing all playoffs other than a couple big 30-point games in the regular season, $145 million. Now, Drew Holiday, he's only going to regress. I love Drew Holiday, but defensive first guards only regress from here on out. So hopefully he doesn't need to play that much like he did next year when Damian Lillard returns, which we'll talk about here in a second. That's a lot of money. $140 million over 2 years. That's a lot of money. DeAndre Ayton, his contract is getting relieved at the end of this summer because in case you guys don't remember, they bought out DeAndre Ayton. So they couldn't do much in the offseason last year because they still had to pay DeAndre Ayton, dominating $26 million last year. Sorry, they had to pay him this year. So let's talk about this because this is very interesting. For as bad as Drew Holiday and Jeremy Grant's contracts are, you got a steal on Denny Avdia, and where's he at? Donovan Clingan. You got some steals, bro. Denny Avdia is only making $13 million, bro. It's fine. I was going to say it, but you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to say it. The Yahoo guys, he's got him covered, bro. So don't feel bad. He's not getting robbed. He's definitely he's definitely getting his money, bro. Don't worry about Denny Avdia's pockets, bro. Worry about your own. He's definitely getting his fill, bro. He's getting his fill. The fact that you only owe Denny Avdia $13 million next year and then $11 million the next year, that's incredible. That's incredible. Now, Donovan Clingan, I need to see more improvement. I was expecting some major improvement this year, and it wasn't there. So hopefully he can improve next year. Scoot Henderson's also making $13.5 million, and he showed some light in the playoffs. He just fell off entirely. Now, two contracts that I think they got to figure out what to do with, bro. First and foremost, we all know they got to figure out Jeremy Grant. They cannot pay Jeremy Grant $70 million over the next 2 years. They can't. But my big issues are Shaedon Sharpe and Toumani Camara. Those are my big issues with this team. Shaedon Sharpe is going to be making $20 million next year because they just re-signed him. And Toumani Camara also just got re-signed as well. He's making $18 million next year. So you got Shaedon Sharpe and Toumani Camara making $40 million next year. Between the two of them, they're making $40 million. Do those guys look like they're worth? Bro, they played Shaedon Sharpe 6 minutes last night. 6 minutes. You want my opinion on who I believe is going to get traded? I think Shaedon Sharpe is going to get traded. I think they're going to keep Kamara. I think they're going to trade Shaedon Sharpe. I think they're going to. Be on the lookout. I think he's on the shopping block and the chopping block. And my big issue with Shaedon Sharpe is that he was playing well up until his injury. So I think they might move Shaedon Sharpe, and we'll see. We'll see. I don't know, man. Now, I think I speak for every Blazers fan in here. Actually, speaking of which, we don't have any Blazers fan. Hey, TikTok, my goal today was to find one Portland Trailblazer fan. Do I have any in the audience? Podcast listeners, is it your team? Not one of your teams. Are the Blazers your team? Are they your team? If they are, we don't have a single, all season long, not one Portland Trailblazer fan in my community. So please, I beg you, if you are a Portland Trailblazer fan, please come to my Twitch stream and join my Discord server. We don't have a single, I'm going to show you guys in my Discord server right here. We don't have a single Blazers fan in my entire server. It's just the Dino bot. We don't have one. We don't have a single one. We also don't have a Clippers fan. So if we got a Clippers or Portland fan, come on through to the Twitch stream, y'all. We don't have a Clippers fan or a Blazers fan. So please do me a huge favor. Join the Twitch stream and join the Discord. We got Cavs fans, bro. We can always use some more. Adrian, to join the Discord, you got to come through to the Twitch and then join the Discord through the chat. All right? Now, I'm going to speak for Blazers fans because we don't have any in here. We don't have any, Ash. I think I can speak for every Blazers fan in the world and say, please re-sign the Time Lord, Robert Williams. What I saw from this guy, especially in the playoffs, man, wow, the Time Lord is back. The Time Lord is back. Robert Williams looked so good, especially in the playoffs. I think fans want him back. It just depends if they can get a good deal on him. I think having Klingon and Robert Williams, and you can use them in that rotation, that's a great front court, and they can play together as well because they can both shoot. So I say definitely bring them back, bring him back. So what's next for the Portland Trailblazers? All of this seems like it's they should level up next year. They should. And I think everybody agrees with me. They should level up. They just got to fix some of these contracts. Jeremy Grant, if you can con a team into taking him, do it. Shaedon Sharpe, we got to figure out what we're going to do with him. Kamara, you got to figure out who you're going to keep between the two. Because look at all of these cheap-ass players that they have on their team. They can afford it. They can figure something out. I just don't know. Like, the foundation is here. You have Denny Avdia. You have Drew Holiday to vet all of these guys. You have Dame coming back. You got Donovan Klingon. You got Kamara. You got Shaedon Sharpe. Can you now morph this team into something sustainable come playoff time? Come playoff time, can you? Rocky Brocky, thank you so much for joining the Twitch stream and joining the Discord. Welcome on in, bro. Welcome on in. We're not speaking about the Miami. Why would we talk about Miami? We'll talk about Miami in the offseason. What is there to talk about Miami, bro? What do you want me to say about Miami? What? No, we're talking about the playoffs, bro. We're saying what's next for the Blazers because they just got eliminated, bro. We're not talking about Miami. We said, somebody in the TikTok said your first Blazer fans in the Discord. Why aren't you in the Twitch stream? What the hell? Shot out 83. There's your talk about Miami. So I think the Blazers will be fine. Chat, they had a good year, man. They overachieved. They played well. They went 42-40. They made the playoffs. I'd say this was a great season. Just level up now, man. Just level up. Try to get better than what you were. And that's the goal for the Portland Trailblazers. You got a great contracts. You got bad contracts. You just got to figure it out. All right. I'm really excited for the Portland Trailblazers. Yeah, they're in the Western Conference, but this is my team out west, man. And I just want to see some success come their way. The question is, do you keep Thiago Splitter? I feel like that cheap-ass owner is probably just going to keep him. Chauncey will never coach in the NBA ever again, unfortunately. Little Bell said, I am right here, brother. Dame MVP season incoming. Are you a Blazers fan, Little Bell? Join the Discord, please and thank you, bro. Please and thank you. Join the Discord server, exclamation point, Discord in the chat. Welcome. Remember, guys, we are hosting a watch party tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. He's going to be a hell of a lot cheaper. He's going to be a hell of a lot cheaper than going off and getting another coach. So we'll see. Why would I talk about Giannis going to Miami in April, bro? I'm sorry. I'll talk about Miami this fall when you guys end up with Javonte Green, bro. Because that's who y'all will end up with. You ain't getting Giannis. All right, let's go ahead and, yeah, I think that's pretty much what I had to say about the Portland Trailblazers. I'm excited for their future. Their owner scares me a lot. Did you guys know that their owner is also the owner of the Carolina Hurricanes? I live 10 minutes from the Hurricanes. Did you guys know that? Why is he so cheap with the Blazers? Is he cheap with the Hurricanes? Because I hear they're one of the best teams in the NHL. Like, he also owns the Hurricanes. Adam Silver probably made the call or answered the call and said, oh, you know how to run a team? Sure. Like, the Canes are good. That's what I thought they are. NHL market is massively cheaper. Hockey's a cheap sport. I didn't know that. I'd have known that. I did not know that. Why the hell is he so cheap with the NBA? Little Bell, talk in the Twitch, bro. I'm about to ban your ass out the TikTok so you can't talk in there anymore. Talk in the Twitch. Habibi, you're Lebanese. Our Blazers fan is apparently Lebanese. Well, he's a Cavs fan too, bro. He's a Cavs fan too. Guys, if you watch 3 Twitch streams in a row, I will gift you a $5 subscription. I will give you, just don't talk in the fuck the TikTok, bro. Stay over here in the Twitch stream. We got a Lakers fan in there that was spamming all stream over there in the TikTok saying Lakers in 5. Okay, guys. That's all I got. That's all I got for today's show. You guys are probably wondering who I got for stud of the night. You guys are probably wondering. It's between 2 names, y'all. It's between 2. It's Jalen Brunson or Joel Embiid. And by the way, I forgot to make the text. I forgot to make the text. Wait, did I? I don't think I did. No, I didn't. Guys, y'all know I respect the hell out of Brunson. Y'all know I respect the hell out of the Knicks. Y'all know it. But I don't see a Knicks jersey up on the wall, man. I'm giving it to Joel Embiid. With my first ever stud of the night, I'm giving him all season long. That's what it came down to. I've already given Brunson 2 stud of the nights throughout the season. So I said, I got to give it to Joel Embiid, who hasn't had a single stud of the night all season long. Joel Embiid in 39 minutes of play had 33 points, 8 assists, 4 rebounds. He was a plus 13, absolutely dominated in the fourth quarter. Nobody could stop him. And he shot 12 for 23 from the field and 0 for 5 from 3. But here's the big thing. He shot those 5 threes in the first half, didn't attempt a single one in the second half, and went crazy. He dominated. So I apologize to my Knicks fans. You guys won. I think that's what matters, right? I just have to give it to Joel Embiid, man. I got to give it to Joel Embiid. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is all actually, I forgot we skipped a segment. My apologies. Ladies and gentlemen, it was reported to me that the NBA has changed the way that their NBA lottery works. Now, I might have to ask Claude or ChatGPT to explain this to me like I'm a 3-year-old, okay? But from what I understood, and I'm going to read this because I understand it now. Teams that do not qualify for the playoffs or play-in tournament but stay out of the relegation zone, spots 4 through 10, would receive 3 lottery balls each. Teams with a bottom 3 record, which is the relegation zone, would have just 2 lottery balls but have a floor of the 12th pick, while the rest of the 13 lottery teams could fall as far as the 16th. The 9th and 10th seeds, play-in seeds in each conference, receive 2 lottery balls each, while the losers of the 7 and 8 play-in games receive 1 lottery ball each. In addition, no team would be able to win the top pick in consecutive years or be able to win 3 consecutive top 5 picks. Teams also would not be able to protect picks in the 12 to 15 slots going forward. Now, Adam Silver, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are we doing here? Breeze, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Much love. Be sure to join the Discord. What are we doing? What are we doing? I'm unsure why you believe that the worst teams in the NBA have less odds than the teams behind them. How does this teams with a bottom 3 record, the relegation zone, would have just 2 lottery balls, but they can't get less than the 12th pick? Brother, you're telling me that the Wizards have a chance at falling to the 12th pick after winning 17 games? That's what we're rolling with? This will eliminate tanking right away. It will. But this is truly going to show the NBA? Are you that ass? Show us. Are you that ass? Are you that ass? That will work. But this is embarrassing, bro. How are the Nets ever going to climb back up? And by the way, they haven't said when this will be active. Surely this isn't this year, right? Surely? Because Pacers fans are screaming right now there's no way that's applied for this year. There's no way, bro. 2027. Thank you, Solo. My Pacers fans have this on lock. Thank you. I should know that my Pacers fans know this already. TikTok said Pelicans will be stuck in purgatory. Funny enough, the Pelicans don't have their pick this year. They traded it. Shout out Joe Dumars. Shout out Troy Weaver. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is going to do it for today's episode. We went through stud of the night. We broke down the 3 games for this year. From last night. Oh wait, no, we have our. Why am I so stupid? We got the games for tonight. We got the games for tonight, y'all. We got the games for tonight. Let's talk about them. TikTok. I'm going to go ahead and break down the games for tonight. I'm ending the TikTok stream, so if you do want to watch me break them down in the rest of this episode, come through to the Twitch stream. That's Jay-Z Uncut on Twitch. The link is in my bio, Jay-Z Uncut on Twitch. We're going to break down these games right now on the Twitch. If you guys want more stream, come through to the Twitch. I am ending the TikTok. Okay, here we go, guys. Let's talk about the Pistons and Magic. Franz Wagner is questionable for tonight. The Pistons are questionable for tonight. I don't know. What am I supposed to say? Bryce, thank you for the follow on Twitch, bro. Be sure to join the Discord, homie. What am I supposed to say, bro? What am I supposed to say about this? That's not a gentleman's sweep, Morgan. I hate when, God, that's literally my biggest pet peeve. I've talked about this for the last month. My biggest pet peeve is when people do not know what a gentleman's sweep is. It's not 4-1. It's if the team wins 3 straight, loses the 4th game, and then finishes it in game 5. This is not a gentleman's sweep. That's not what a gentleman's sweep is. This would just be a 4-1 sweep, which is not a sweep at all. It's just 4-1. Okay. I guess I'll just say this. First and foremost, we are hosting the watch party tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern in our Discord server. So be sure to join the Discord server. I'd love to hang out with you guys and talk with y'all tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. Now, if you were to give me 2 options, and the options were, if the Pistons lose in 5, JB Bickerstaff gets fired, or the Pistons come all the way back from 3-1, win, and then lose in the second round, I will pick the first. And BLE, I don't like that comment saying that Pistons fans deserve it. I never did that, so I deserve it. Stop generalizing 3 people you see on the internet. Because if I do that, Knicks fans are racist, sexist, homophobic, and the most toxic individuals in the world. So stop basing it off of 3 fans, because I'm not like that. No, the Pistons did this in 03, not 04, Drizzy. I talked about that stat a lot this season, and I said hopefully it doesn't come to that. And I'll say this one more time for my Pistons fans. If you guys need cope, I will give you cope. I will give you cope. The Pistons very well could win this. Most teams that go down 3-1 have to play game 7 on the road. The Pistons are the top seed. So just like in 03, except back then it was a 2-3-2 series, the game 7 would be played at home. So most teams, their game 7 would be on the road. The Pistons, their game 7's on at home. In 03, the Pistons deployed Tayshaun Prince, who was a rookie, and started him and let him guard Tracy McGrady. The Pistons abandoned the one thing that made them great all season long, and that's defense. JB Bickerstaff, I was out on him during the Knicks series last year based off his rotations and coaching decisions. So I expected this year to go more of the same. Not this bad, but I expected more of the same from JB Bickerstaff. He is not a good playoff coach. He's not. His record of 10 and 22 speak volumes. That's not a fake stat. He needs to play Ron Holland. He needs to play B-Ball Paul. The starting lineup needs to be Cade, Duncan, Asar, Stu, and Duran. And the only guys that should come off the bench are Ron Holland, Kevin Huerter, Javonte Green, and B-Ball Paul. That's it. Dennis Jenkins is a -30 in this series. Karis LeVert is a -25 in this series. You don't need to play anybody else. JB Bickerstaff is a brain-dead coach, and I would rather get eliminated tonight than lose in the second round, if it means that he'd get fired. And that's another thing. For anybody that's saying Pistons fans were talking this season, we haven't been able to talk in 18 years. And I was 10 years old, so I wasn't talking. I wasn't talking like that. So to see what my coach has done, it would be either Cavs or Raptors. To see what my coach has done, it doesn't surprise me whatsoever. The Magic have been horrible this series, but the Pistons have been so much worse. So I guess you can say the Magic have been better than the Pistons, and that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. This is their one bad matchup they could have got in the 8th seed, and it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, bro. It's embarrassing. So my prediction, yeah, the turnovers have been horrible because you don't have spacing, because Jalen Duren's just, if Jalen Duren has been okay, the Pistons sweep this series. It's so crazy because this is the worst stretch of the entire Pistons season. This is the worst stretch the Pistons have played all season. Mark, to say that being called horrible as a stretch is sort of insane. You guys shot 32% in game 2, lost. You guys shot 40% in game 3. That's good. Yeah, you guys knocked down 45% of your threes. But the Pistons were horrible again. And you guys shot 32% in game 4, which is just, oh my God. You can't believe it. Nah, Brandon Ingram's one of the worst playoff droppers in the NBA. We're good off that. This is StatMuse. So, like I said, I've talked about the Pistons more than enough. If you guys want to talk about them more with me tonight, nobody knows more about the Detroit Pistons than me in the entire world. Nobody. I guarantee it. Not one Pistons fan in the world. Not one Pistons hater. Not one in this entire world knows more about the Pistons than I do. I'm talking Pistons history. I'm talking Pistons now. Everything about the Detroit Pistons, nobody knows more than I do. And I mean that. I'll take that to the grave. I got Pistons winning tonight. Doesn't matter, though. Doesn't matter. They'd have to win tonight Game 6 back in Orlando where they're really good. And then Game 7. So I think they'll win tonight and then break our hearts in Game 6. Now, this game is interesting. The Cleveland Cavaliers are favored by 8.5. I don't know why that line is so big. Maybe it's because it's back in Cleveland. Quickly's been out all series, Kai. Bro, they said he wouldn't play in the first series. What are you talking about? Kai, I got the Cavaliers winning this game. I think they're going to bounce back. The Raptors have won 2 games. The Raptors aren't really playing that well. The Raptors haven't played that well in Cleveland. All it depends on, the main thing with the Cavaliers is, can they get past Toronto's defense? Can Toronto play defense and somehow hit threes like they have been? All Toronto needs to do is make this game ugly. That's the game they want. This episode has been long. Holy hell. All they need to do is make this game ugly. The Cavaliers don't want it to be ugly. They want it to be all cute, dance around to the three-point line. Toronto needs to make this game ugly, and I think it should be a very, very fun game. I'm tapped into this one. We'll be watching this one during halftime, during our Pistons Magic watch party. Scotty's been incredible. If you can just get contribution. I don't think they should start CMB. I think he's been playing really, really good off the bench. He's playing starter minutes anyway, so it doesn't matter. I think if you play CMB immediately, it might stifle the offense on one side. I think just bring him off the bench and keep him as that energy guy and sustain him throughout the game. I think that'll be a great move. And if Ingram can get you 20 plus, if he can get you 20 plus, right? If he can get you 20 plus on not crazy efficient shooting, but like decently efficient shooting, the Toronto Raptors really could. They really could lead this thing into something special, man. They could. Let's go ahead and move on. So I got the Cavaliers winning, though. And then for our final game, we have the Rockets and Lakers. I will be asleep because tomorrow's Thursday. I wake up at 5 a.m. to go to the gym tomorrow. So I won't be watching this game. I will be watching it after the fact. And maybe I think I got the Lakers winning. They are favored by 2.5. This game is back in LA, correct? Is this game back? Is it back? Yeah, it's in LA. They better win this game. They better. And I heard Durant is still out, so they better win this game. It should be interesting. I think LeBron's had a lot of rest. He's had 3 days of rest. 3 days, chat. That's a lot. He's had 3 days of rest. That's all LeBron needed, to be honest. LeBron and the Lakers should win this game as long as they play basketball. They weren't ready before. As long as they can get past it, tomorrow we might be saying goodbye to the Houston Rockets, which I'm excited for. I'm so excited. There's no team I'm more excited for other than the Pistons to say goodbye to. Like what's next for the Houston Rockets? Oh man, I'm about to be so brutally honest. I told y'all, bro. I'm about to play the clip that I said before this season. I'm about to play the clip because that dark rain cloud, it followed Durant's way all the way to Houston. Like I knew it would. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, finally, after the third fake, that's going to do it for today's episode. If you guys did enjoy, podcast listeners, be sure to leave a 5-star rating and review. If you're in the Spotify or Apple and YouTube, drop a like, follow, subscribe, 5-star rating and review. Kitty, thank you so much for the follow on Twitch. Much love. Be sure to join the Discord, guys. It's where we stream. It's where we're doing our watch party tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. That's where we're hanging. That's where we hang out all around the day. Like dead ass. If you want people to talk to, if you want friends, the Discord's the place to be. Twitch chat, be sure to stick around for just a bit because we're not leaving just yet. Ladies and gentlemen, I got nothing left to say except for thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. And we're going to be playing a song tomorrow. I don't know which one it's going to be. But we will be playing a song to start the stream tomorrow. Thank you for watching / listening. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern. Have a blessed day, everybody.